It was all riding on a text message from my doctor telling me whether or not I could still race this race. Hello, how are we? Welcome back. Let's get stuck straight in. Today's video is all about my experience at the Swiss Alps 100 back in August. I did the 50k race and it was absolutely wow. I won't tell you about it now. Watch to see how I get on.
Und
Almost 7k in and coming into the first aid station now. Done almost 1200 meter acceleration so far. I've got an Uno reverse card. Thank you! Okay, thank you. Okay, here is the star of the show, the Alps glacier.
Oh, dann.
Ich glaube auch.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nearly 16k in. 16k, 1700 meters climbed. This is Simon from Mammut. Let's go! Wow, this is mental. Thank you. Some young girls were just handing out cups of water outside their house, and I swear this is the freshest, coldest, most delicious water I've ever had. 24.7k in, just having a cup of Coke, and then I carry on. Just shy of 2,000 meters climbed, so just over 1,000 to go. And now I just had a guy outside his house with his hose asking if people want the shower. I was like, yes, I do. I'm feeling so strong, it's quite strange, but I am at around 35.5k. We've done nearly 2,300 meters of elevation. We're going up this this is the last biggest climb, I think. So obviously naturally a bit tired. It's a bit of a catch-22 because the higher you go, the cooler it is. So it's actually really nice to be climbing again because it's such a hot day. So it's going to be like 30 plus degrees Celsius back at the bottom. So it feels nice to be heading back up a bit, not as high as we were, but heading up a bit. And there's also some tree shade here as well. This is Ben, and it's thanks to him that I've come around today, and this has genuinely been my favourite race ever. As you can see, I had honestly the most incredible time. As I said in the video, it's my favourite race, which might be quite surprising because I've done some of the most prestigious trail races like the UTMB OCC, Ultra Trail Snowdonia, and I would actually say this is my favourite race because a couple of things. Leading into this race, I wasn't actually sure whether or not I'd be able to race it. The day before we flew, I was at the doctor's for a blood test and an ECG. I have a history with a heart condition and I've had a couple of surgeries, and in the summer things just weren't really feeling right. I had my surgeries 2012 and 2013 and have been asymptomatic for a really long time, apart from the odd flutter here or there, which I believe most people have every now and again, but things just felt really strange in the summer. So I went for an ECG and a blood test, and I'm still ongoing further investigations. So I wasn't actually sure if I was going to be able to race because that was the day before we flew, and so we were going to Switzerland anyway. And so I took all of the pressure off. I had been getting some chest pains and my heart rate just kept plummeting whilst not really doing anything. I had a consultation call with a coaching client, and partway through it, my heart rate plummeted, I was sweating, I got pins and needles like in my eyes, feeling like I was going to pass out. And that was just one of the episodes. And I decided I needed to get it checked out. And so luckily the doctors agreed that it needed looking into with my history. So I took all of the pressure off for any kind of like time-based performance or placing or anything like that. It then purely became about just experiencing the Swiss Alps. And I think taking that pressure off really helped me. So I got out there and I waited to hear from the doctor as to whether or not it would be a good idea to still race. When I went in for all of my appointments, it was very clear this is what I plan to do on this particular date. I just need to make sure I'm fit and well to do it. And I got a text the day before the race, I believe, saying, we're referring you to cardiology, but nothing to say that you can't race. Go and have a nice time. So, or something like that. So I went and did the race, and I think taking the pressure off just let me just experience it differently. And I actually finished the race an hour quicker than I thought I was going to. So I based my time on the time that I completed the UTMB OCC in 2022, which was just over 10 hours. And then, because both races similar-ish, so OCC was about 56k with about 3,000 meters, and this was about 51k with just over 3,000 meters as well. So it was fairly similar, and so I based it around that time because I hadn't pushed to try and do any better, if that makes sense. So that was the time I expected. I finished in just under 9 hours, which I was absolutely elated with. I cried at the end. After a couple of DNFs last year, I really started questioning whether or not I still had it in me to do the races that I wanted to do. And not like... It's really hard to explain the feeling of, do I still belong here doing these big races when, in the grand scheme of things, I have been doing them for a short amount of time. So I did my first ultra in 2020. It is now 2025. 5-6 years, it's a significant amount of time, but I would like to think I've still got more in. But when you have a series of setbacks, it's really easy to get into the mindset of, is this really what I should be doing or spending my time doing? Do I belong here? And then I did that and I cried when I came over the finish line. But anyway, it is a fantastic race and one that you can just enter. It doesn't require any ballots. It's a race that you can turn up and have a fantastic experience. Like, there's people out lining the streets in places. There's people, like you saw, out with their hoses to make sure that your race experience is comfortable because it was so hot in parts. And yeah, I really had the best time. But exciting news, I have actually partnered with the Swiss Alps 100 race this year as their partner coach. So anybody who enters this year can receive an exclusive discount on my one-to-one coaching services if you just show me your race entry confirmation email, and we can have a chat so that you can get that discount to coaching. So if you're interested, drop me a message and let's get stuck in. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.